Hello everybody, this is Dolpher, and today we're going to be playing Tokyo Babel. I've had this game on Steam for a while now. Yeah, for a few months. I wanted to play it, it was just, I never got around to it. So basically, it's another visual novel, and it's all about angels and demons. So, let's start. A troubadour wandering the shrouded recesses of a dark forest. Mindless automatons toiling amidst walls long perished to the ages. A girl of gentle years weeping under the glow of dusk. It all began with the day of twilight. I am an ordinary being. Bring. Bring. A shrill sound jolted my fleeting consciousness back to reality, making me feel like a spinning top forcefully put to a halt. Not the most pleasant of feelings, all things considered.
Nani?
A tingling numbness crawled along my left cheek and arm. I had given up on forming sensible thoughts until my brain finished rebooting. Bring. Yet the ringing noise refused to cease, eventually growing painful in my ears and irritating my senses. If I had to compare it to anything, I'd say the sensation was akin to a screwdriver drilling into my eyeballs. That'd surely leave a mark in the morning. With the rebooting of my brain finally complete, I lifted my head and cast a drowsy look at my surroundings, finding their vague contours enveloped by an orange glow. After a number of hasty blinks, I finally began taking in my surroundings. Wooden desks and chairs ordered into neat lines, a blackboard and a notice board with a bunch of notes stuck on it. It was a classroom. I must have fallen asleep, and my head was still trying to figure out what was what. I spent a few moments grumbling over my situation. Some friends I had. Wait, forget my friends. Wasn't it normally a teacher's job to wake sleeping students? Bring. Irritated, I jumped out of my seat and glanced around the room. And then I finally realized something that should have been obvious from the start. The classroom was empty. There wasn't a single soul in the room, save for me. Well, that by itself wasn't particularly strange. I guess everyone just decided to abandon me in my sleep, and I couldn't exactly blame them for it. I then spotted yet another abnormality in the room. Bring. This was a classroom, so why would I be hearing a ringing sound in here? Whence comest thou, O sound? I spotted the culprit in question. With little to no effort, an ancient-looking black phone rested conspicuously atop the teacher's desk. Yet, there it was, without a shred of doubt, filling the room with its shrill tone, like it was the most normal thing in the world. It made my head hurt to the point where I thought the sound was physically tampering with my brain in some way. My body felt heavy and sluggish, like I had caught a cold or something. I certainly thought the situation was strange, but right now the pain was my utmost concern. Enough of your damn ringing already! I finally got close enough to pick up the receiver and put an end to this auditory nightmare.
はい、もしもし。
Moshi moshi. My frustration slipped into my tone. The person on the other end could no doubt make out the belligerent crudeness of it. The headache was seriously killing me, and the dizziness, almost like I had a fever. It was so bright. I attempted closing my eyes, but the orange rays still pierced through my eyelids, making me feel as if my brain itself was illuminated by its flickering lights. However, the person on the other end of the line showed no sign of surprise whatsoever. His voice was dispassionate, cold as ice.
私の名前は天道刹那。
His mechanical tone instantly dispelled the haze enveloping my mind.
何？
君の名前は
My name was, let's see.
空見。
Yes, my name was, oh god, how do you say it? Kagutsu. Kagutsu? Okay, Kagutsu Sorami. I really wish my parents had picked something more feminine sounding, but there you had it.
そうか空見今すぐ逃げた方がいい逃げないと君は殺される
Killed? I spent a few moments trying to process the word before answering him.
は？
What an insipid response. Then again, I thought it was fairly appropriate, considering I had just been told over the phone that I'd be killed. Nonetheless, the words felt awfully out of place, almost like I was the one acting foolish, while the person on the other side was the one in the right.
君はその世界におけるヤギだヤギの役割は決まっているスケープゴートだではヤギを求める者は誰だ
All I could muster was another what, I thought, or rather, tried to think, that I had been the victim of one hell of a prank call.
当然これも決まっている生贄を求めるのは神と呼ぶべき存在に他ならない
My brain had been in complete emergency mode for a while now, trying to tell me that I had gotten myself into a dire situation, that I was merely turning a blind eye to the problem.
その世界の神はひどい悪意を持っているそのままぼーっとしていれば君は多分間違いなく殺される
Very cheerful. Killed? Someone was out to kill me?
ちょっとわけわかんないこと言わないでよ。
My voice trailed off abruptly. I shot a sheepish glance around the room to confirm I was still alone.
いいから聞け
His words silenced me in an instant. I was really scared.
名前以外のこと何か覚えていることはあるか
名前以外のことは。
And with that, I had finally realized the most striking abnormality of my situation. I was Kagatsu Sorami. I was Kagatsu Sorami. I was Kagatsu Sorami. I had no other information.
私
A girl. Dun dun dun. I felt as if a short circuit had occurred within my brain, and even the orange-tinted light filtering in through the windows worked only to accelerate my terror.
大丈夫落ち着いていいそれは全く不思議なことじゃない
The cold voice buzzing through the receiver soothed my panic-stricken mind.
私どうしたら。
ともかく逃げるんだ私は今君のいる場所に侵入を試みている
Survive? What the hell was that even supposed to mean? Still, his suggestion did sound awfully appealing.
わかった逃げる。いやちょっと待って逃げるってどこへ行けばいいのよ。
どこでもいい 今は誰もいない？
誰もいない。
だったら教室以外の誰もいない場所を探して、もし誰かに会ったらそれがどんな存在だろうと絶対に接触するな。
わかった。生体反応完全消失を確認。天使が動き出したかも。
A mechanical voice reached me from the receiver. I couldn't quite make it out.
今なんて言った？
どうやら動き出したらしい。今すぐ教室から出るんだ。今すぐに。
On the move. That one phrase chilled my body.
急げ。
I slapped the receiver down and rushed outside the room. Where? Where do I go? I had a billion of questions racing through my mind about my amnesia, about whoever was targeting me, about the abandoned school building, the guy over the phone, and God knows what else.
とりあえず今は逃げる。
Oh God, what is this? Is this going up or down the stairs? It was a split-second decision. I ran and ran as far as I could, down the stairs and up the stairs, then down and up and down and down.
ダメ。
I ran for 10 minutes straight, surprising even myself by such a display of stamina. Yet each breath I inhaled now felt a chore as my sluggish body was assaulted by a wave of unpleasant chills. I was now standing in a long, straight hallway with no idea where to go. The classrooms were locked, and though I could probably kick the doors down, I preferred not to make a racket. I was going to be killed. Those ominous words still haunted my mind as I bolted through the hallways, and seemed to go on in endless circles. I had no idea if I was ascending or descending, nor could I ever tell which floor I was on. Ah, damn it! I was beyond clueless. Other than my past being one massive question mark, the present was a blur, and the future even less certain. I felt as if fear had taken hold of my heart with an iron fist, making me sink deeper and deeper into its bog. Despite wanting to go home, I couldn't even recall where I lived. The only thing I still remembered was my name. I wondered if I had a family or friends. What sort of things did I like or dislike? What were my strengths and weaknesses? I couldn't even remember my own face. All that while I considered the straightforward possibility of this all being just a dream. With a faint glimmer of hope I nestled in my heart, I decided to give my cheeks a hearty pinch. Seemed like I could feel pain, in which case getting hurt or even killed would feel just as real, even if this were a dream. I needed a place where I could be alone, somewhere I could hide. The girls' bathroom seemed clean enough, so I decided to huddle up inside its farthest stall. I set myself down on the toilet seat, letting a sigh leave my lips. Which one? As I hugged my knees to my chest. The rays of dusk seeped in through the windows, in unchanging orange. The sheer number of things I had to mull over left me unable to properly collect my thoughts. If I were to count my blessings, I could name only one. The fact that I didn't succumb under the pressure and start screaming at the top of my lungs. No doubt I had my hardened nature to thank for that. I was simply scared to realize that I would be next, to know my life was in the crosshairs, paralyzed me with fear. I jolted up, let out a scream too, and ultimately hit my bum as I landed back on the toilet seat.
電話？何これ？
A phone hung on the wall behind me. Actually, It sort of appeared out of thin air, just now. It stood out like a sore thumb, so I was pretty sure I would have noticed it before. Why can't they just use mobile phones instead of rotary phones? Who knows. The phone was ringing its usual shrill tone. I snatched up the receiver with a loud click and held it to my ear.
もしもし。
ちょっと一体どういうことなのよ。どういう理屈でこんな場所に電話あるのよ。一体どこにかけてんのよ。ふざけんじゃないわよ。こっちは怖いんだから。
元気だね。
ちっとも元気じゃないわよ。何が何だかもうわからない。これ夢よね。夢だと言って。
君が知っている現実とは少し違うかもしれないけど、目を覚ましたらベッドの中という希望は捨てた方がいい。
持って回った言い方しないで。ああもう。
君は今女子トイレ。
How does he know?
そう。幸い誰もいないみたい。
いないだろうね。今その校舎にいるのは君ともう一人だけなんだ。
That is creepy. Oh god. That'd give me nightmares. God. Just to know that you and one other person, and that other person is going to kill you. Oh god.
残っているのはもう君だけなんだ。
Yeah, the only human.
私以外の人たち
いない。皆殺しにされたらしい。
See? Oh god. I took a deep breath, having understood the sheer severity and abnormality of the situation, even if most of the details were still vague at best.
この電話で喋っているとまずいかな。
受話器を取っている間、音を君がいる世界から切り離しているから問題ないと思う。
そんなことできるの？いや、今なら何でも信じるけどさ。
不可能じゃない。はためには君がパクパク口を動かしているだけに見える。
ああ、そう。他人の目がなくてよかったわ。
悪いニュースが一つある。
Yep. Of course. I sighed again. What now?
この状況以上に悪いニュースがあるならさっさと言って。
君を助けるには思っていた以上に時間がかかりそうなんだ。もう少し頑張ってほしい。
Oh, great. Fantastic.
ああ、そう。じゃあこのまま待ってるわ。
すまない。
いいの。ああ、ところで刹那だっけ？
そう。私の名前は天童刹那。
ちょっと変わった名前ね。ああ、いや、かっこいいとは思うけどさ。
そんなことを言われたのは初めてかもしれない。
あら、そうなの？それでどのくらいで助けに来られるのかしら？
I was hoping for him to arrive in a speedy fashion, like in 2 seconds, if possible.
1時間後。無論、できるだけ短くするように努力はしている。
なんだ、すぐじゃない。
That managed to calm me down a bit.
ただし、30分以内に君は間違いなく襲われる。君の居場所は分からずとも、君が存在することそのものはそいつには分かるのだから。
And with that, all my optimism flew right out the window.
そう。
怖くないのかい？
I gave an honest answer.
怖くないと言えば嘘になるけど、でも記憶がないせいかしら。どこか曖昧なのよ。記憶がない理由もわからない。どうしてここにいるかもわからない。自分がどんな存在なのかすらわからない。
そうだね。わからない。何もわからない。わかる必要がないのかもしれない。
Not sure if that was intentional or not, but it almost felt like he was mocking me. Well, you never know, with him.
いやよ、そんなの。 無事に脱出できたら私はわからないことをあなたの胸ぐら掴んででも問いただすから。
過激だ。
そういう性格みたいね。記憶飛んでるからわからないけどさ。
それから
Here we go. Just as Setsuna was about to tell me something, the bathroom door opened with a creak, making me freeze up in an instant.
今音がしなかったか。
It was just the wind.
した。
じっとして動かないで。
分かってるわよ。それよりこの声本当に聞こえないんでしょうね。
多分。
Almost certain.
多分って何よ、ふざけんな。もし聞こえてたら弁償してもらうからね。
ともかく急いで君のところに行くから一旦切るよ。作業に集中したい。
嘘、待ってよ。こんな状況で一人は嫌よ。
静かにすぐに行くから。
ちょっと待って。
And with that, the line fell silent, robbing me of the only thing that still kept my sanity intact. What had gotten into me? I was relatively fine until a minute ago, lively even. Fat beads of sweat began accumulating on my forehead, yet all I felt was a chill rushing through my entire body in a current, accompanied only by the incessant beating of my heart. I was afraid. The person in the bathroom gave off no sounds, not any indication of movement. But I know they were there. How could I not? I ended up having to bite down on my own hand to suppress the clattering of my teeth. In fact, I bit so hard, even a few droplets of blood gushed out. Nonetheless, I had no intention of making even the tiniest of squeaks. You're a bit quiet, miss. Poor English. Please don't. The girl recited the words in a voice gentler than a midsummer breeze. A frightened gasp escaped my lips. My heart was in a vice grip of chilled steel, freezing the very blood in my veins. I was scared beyond words. The unimaginable, ruthless, lurking behind that girlish facade of a tone filled me with a crippling sense of dread. I heard the sound of a door opening. 3 other stalls separated the intruder from mine. I couldn't stop shaking. I hadn't caught a glimpse of my pursuer's face, yet her voice alone spoke of her intentions with terrifying clarity. I would be killed brutally and without mercy. No! Another bang. The door was flung open with slightly more ferocity than the one preceding it. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. The door of the second stall to my left sounded like it had just been kicked open. I would not last an hour like this, nor did I have any means of escape. I deeply regretted not picking the boys' bathroom to hide out in. The girl made her way to the next stall, her giggle like the chime of a tiny bell. The sound I heard next was more akin to a small-scale explosion rather than a door being opened. God, this is one creepy little girl. It could be a grown girl, maybe. I think it's a girl. And then an idea popped into my head, one that could save my skin. It was a desperate gamble for certain, but also my only option right now.
Can you imagine if it was a boy? Oh god.
The girl would come to check my stall in a second. Before she could do that, I'd hop over the partition and slip into the neighbouring stall, the same one she had just checked moments before. The plan felt like it was destined to fail from the get-go, but I'd be a sitting duck if I simply stayed in my stall doing nothing. I'd be killed for certain, brutally and without mercy. I didn't want to die. Probably for the first time in my life, I began earnestly praying to God.
神様、神様、お願いします。一生分の幸運を私にください。
I got up and latched onto the wall next to me, pulling myself up with all the strength I could muster. From beyond the partition, a pair of crimson eyes were fixed on me, staring intently. Just staring and staring, never once blinking. Just staring and 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 staring. The girl's lips slivered into a broad smile.
見つけた。
And, in the blink of an eye, everything around me was ravaged, rewound, ripped, and ruined. A gaping abyss of a hole invaded the bathroom floor, swallowing me whole, plunging me ever downward into depravity, darkness, and oblivion. The dark of midnight enveloped me at all angles, threatening to devour me. The moments passed, and everything was soon purged by blinding white, almost like this had all just been a dream.